Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 15 of the Badger Call. My guest today, the White Lara, long-time servant of Belfast Meadows Cricket Club, Pete Brooks. Welcome to the show. We'll start with how we started every show. How long have you been playing cricket for?
So it goes back to, say, early 80s. So I'd say when I was 12, I played for Selston, under 13s, under 15s, under 18s, run by Steve Haslam, who's now at Matlock. Obviously, you probably know Steve.
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good setup there. There wasn't that many clubs with youth teams in them days. So I played there for all the levels, all the youth teams, and it's something I really enjoyed. I bowled leg spin in them days. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Difficult, but I didn't really have much variation. So as you tended to play higher, you got found out by good batsmen. They find you out, basically.
Yeah.
My father at the time played for Langley Mill, and I played there in 1985, like second team. So they had two teams. They had the first team, which is now the Premier League, which is the old Division 1.
Yeah.
The second team was around Division 3C, 4A, that type of thing, because it was like 8 in them days.
How old would you have been then?
I was 13.
13.
So I was 13, playing like men's cricket. I remember my first ever game at Spondon on the old ground, and I got a golden duck going in at number 11.
I played there once and got a golden duck.
Yeah, not something I'm ever going to forget, obviously. So played there for 14 years at Langley Mill, predominantly in the second team. Sometimes you got the chance to play in the first team, but to be honest with you, it wasn't really a club. It was about the first team because you had people like Devon Malcolm, Bruce Roberts, Paul Taylor, a lot of Derbyshire players playing there at the time. And in them days, you could have as many as you wanted. You didn't just have to have one pro or one overseas. You could have as many as you wanted. Langley Mill littered the team with all these pros. So on a training night, they weren't there because there was either playing cricket for the county or they lived far away and they was travelling. So you tend to turn up for training on a Thursday night, and it'd probably be like half a dozen of you there. And then one week, Paul Taylor might rock up and bowl at you. I know Paul now is with Dave Whiteley's team, so he's the coach down there at Banbury.
Oh, is he?
So he played for Derbyshire. He played for Spondon.
Small world, isn't it?
Yeah. I got to find that out through Chris's dad, Steve. He said that to me. I thought that was really good. So I enjoyed my cricket there. My first memories of Belfast Meadows were we got relegated from Division 1 into Division 2. Belfast Meadows at the time was in Division 2. I didn't even know the ground existed because Belper came from the Central Derbyshire League, so they wasn't predominantly from the Derbyshire County League. That needed a few other teams like Lovington Park, Shipley, Elveston, those type of teams. They came into the County League, and I think it was like 92, 93. So we played Belper, and I remember going there and Trev bowling at me. So Trev bowled at me. I think he dropped me 3 times. I had this terrible innings, but he just couldn't hang on to the ball. That season, Jeff Carbon actually he was second in the actual division's averages. He averaged 12.43 with 30 wickets in that season. That was in 1994. So even then Jeff was obviously really. So then, the end of the 90s, lived in Belper on Stoke Close, which is just off Ashett Road where Trev lives. Over Lane. And a couple of lads from Langley Mill went to play for Belper, and they said, "Why don't you come?" I thought about it for a couple of seasons. I just really enjoyed it at Langley Mill. And then we moved to Enza Drive, and Dave Jones, Trev's brother, lived round the corner. And he used to go every year and say, "You want to come and play for us at Belper?" So eventually in '99, I did leave Langley Mill and I went to play for Belper.
Yeah.
And when I went to Belper, just about one team on the pitch. Belper was totally different. He got like people on the committee, great setup, great ground. And I thought, wow, this is tremendous. This is, I never looked back. I just enjoyed it. Played in the second team mainly, just like Langley Mill. Kind of like a fringe player between seconds and first, but never really getting into the first team.
Yeah.
3 or 4 seasons. Then I was captain in 2003 for the second team. I think that was in 4 North. I think we made it North and South in them days. Kind of like made it regional.
Yeah, would have been around there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
about the time I was starting to play cricket then.
Yeah, so this first that season got promoted back into Division 1. So they was in Division 1 for 2 seasons. And then I took over the captaincy in 2004. We obviously got Darren Powell from West Indies. And he didn't really fit into the culture of the club. So we parted company with Darren.
How did that come about? Were you approached by him, or did you?
We used an agent, a guy called Craig Sackfield in Lancashire. So predominantly, Belper had Aussies, Australians come over, and some really good ones at that. And for the first time, I approached the committee and said, "Can we go for a South African?" So we signed this guy called Victor Pitsang, who played for Free State in South Africa. And it was March, and he got injured, so we had to pull out. And this is March, like before the season. So the agent rang me and said, "Look, I've got this Darren Powell. He's played a couple of times for the West Indies. What do you think?" It was the same money. And I know we got a lot of flack for paying money out in them days. I know that. But we did tend to raise the money external to the funds of the club. To afford to pay these players. So that's how we got Darren. He came over. He'd been over with West Indies under 19s. I think the worst thing we did really is we let him go and train with Derbyshire. So they had a fast bowler called Mohammed Ali. He got injured. So Dave Houghton rang me up and said, "Look, can I have Darren?" So he played a 4-day game against Durham University. He did really well. He got 6 wickets. And then he rang me on the Friday the following week and said, "Can I have him for the weekend? We've got a 3-day game against Glamorgan." And I said, "No." I said, "Look, you're a professional club. We've got Darren over on a contract. We're not releasing him." So Darren then came back to play for Belper, and he just wasn't interested because obviously he wanted to play for the county. He came back to club cricket and he just wasn't interested. So we parted company with him halfway through the season that year. So it was an experience and it was enjoyable while it lasted. But it just didn't really work out, so lessons learned, really. And we got relegated that season. I think we came second from bottom to West Hallam. We had 8 seasons then in Division 2 from 2005 to 2012. We tried really hard to get back into Division 1. But we kind of always fell at the last hurdle, like the last weekend on the double headers. We'd tend to lose one of them games and we'd end up being third. That happened probably for 5 or 6 seasons. But I'd stepped down as captain by then. We've got Harry Sodhi in the year after, an Indian guy who was a good all-rounder. I was in 2005. Then we got Andy Cowan, who plays at the same club as Nick in 2006. Great batsman, decent bowler. And then we went for Assad in 2007. Now, Assad was late coming, so we had a substitute overseas, a guy called Mozam Ali. So we got 2 of them. This guy was English qualified, so we could get him to play as well. So we had them both. Unfortunately, that season, we started minus 54 points because of disciplinary year before against them. So we played Denby. I don't know if you know about this, but it rained throughout our innings. I think we was chasing like 190, something like that. And their captain went up to the and said, I don't think we can stay out in this any longer, lads. We've got to go in. So the umpires took us in. We needed 5 to win off 6 overs. So there was a bit of, eruptions, as you can imagine, from some of the lads.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And 5 of us went in front of the committee, got bans and also a minus 54-point deduction for the following season. So leading into the following season, 2007, that was when the rains came in that summer.
Yeah.
I think we played about half a season. And because of the 54 points, we came second again. So it was like, wow, nothing's going to come back into that Division 1.
Yeah.
So a few of the lads started to leave. Some of the lads went to Nuffield. Some of the better lads, a couple of lads, obviously Chris and Dave, went to Ambergate. So we're starting to lose really good players.
Yeah.
Then another bunch of lads came in about 2010-11. They didn't hang around long. So you got this high turnover of players all the time, year on year. And it was difficult to get any stability. But then the club decided in 2013 to actually come out of the Division 2, saying, look, we just haven't got the calibre of player anymore to compete at this level.
Yeah.
Let's go into 6. The second team was. So disbanded the third team, and then obviously the third team became the second team and so on. And then we managed to consolidate with some the younger lads, the likes of Joe Slater, Mike Cox, his brother James Cox played, Dan Kelly, Matt Jones, Tom Hudson, George Hudson, Mitch Robinson, all them type of lads. So we had a good new lads.
Yeah.
And we're more than capable at that level of competing. And we got promotion in the first year, and we won the cup as well. So it was a good turnaround, really. Because I honestly thought at that stage the club might just, fade into insignificance here. We got pressure.
Little Eaton did something similar. We dropped from 2 to 1 team, and usually when you do drop down that level, you struggle to come back, and especially when you end up dropping team. Belper seems to have been the success story of it actually working, and just regrouping.
I carried on for another season. I think we came halfway through in Division 5. We got to the semi-final of the cup. We lost that, and then Chris came back from Australia. Obviously spoke to me, and I said, "Yeah, it needs a fresh young blood coming in now to try and take it to the next level." So Chris took on the reins, and in his first season, obviously got the club back promoted to Division 4. I think we came up. So at that time, Staveley was kind of like a rival to us because they'd gone through a similar thing. They'd pulled out into that. They was competing against us, and we managed to pick them at the post on the last game of the season. That was a tremendous game of cricket. I then left because I went to Langley Mill for a season because obviously that was my club. They'd been asking me for a number of years would I go and play for them. Didn't work out very well, really. Obviously came back. And then the first team pushed on from there at Belper, obviously winning 4N, then going up from 4 to 3. So Chris had then obviously done a tremendous job of taking 3 promotions all back to back. So 5 and 3, and then we were into 2 on the 2018 season with a couple of cup wins as well added to it. I think the club really then is, and then obviously with Nick coming, a tremendous asset to the club. It's the first time I've seen an overseas come over for that length of time.
It's just,
and I think
it's Ben Nazir did it for a few years at Pilsner, didn't he? For 3 years, but 5 years is pretty unheard of.
Yeah, so it's been tremendous, really, I think. And I think Nick's enjoyed it as much as Belper have enjoyed having Nick, really.
I think having that consistency as well. But we've watched him develop as a cricketer as well. Like last year, was just unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable to watch.
Get that many runs in a season and get that many centuries in whatever level of cricket. Because I know a lot of people. I've played obviously a lot of the lower leagues and the odd high league season, but there's still some good cricketers, as you know, Mark, playing in the lower leagues. And So yeah, it's difficult to do or whatever, and the pitches aren't as good either in the lower leagues, as you well know. The higher you play, you get better surfaces to bat on.
Yeah.
Uh, so the clubs definitely turn round, and I think as well, touching on the coaching side of things, I think the Tuesday nights historically have been at the start of the season quite buoyant, and then by say mid-season, no one turned up.
Yeah.
That was it. Obviously, you got the under 15 games on there as well, which is not always ideal. But even so, people didn't want to keep coming to nets, which was a shame. But I think now you've got obviously Paul in the coach. It's put another dynamic on it again altogether now, and obviously with him playing in the Premier League as well, he's got some great attributes to give to the lads.
Absolutely.
I think it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think like discussed with a few people taking that more professional approach to things. I mean, every cricket club has done it up and down the country, like Tuesday night net sessions, and it was just you turn up, you bat, you bowl, you might do a tiny bit of catching, but nothing much. And like I say, once you get into the mid of season, when you've been doing it for 10 weeks, it's like, what's the point of going?
Yeah, but you've got an interest now. You've got a reason to keep turning up because this guy's got it structured. I know James worked with him as well, and a lot of good things there. And yeah, it just seems to be working. It's just a shame, obviously, about this season, the fact that we are where we are.
Yeah.
Got good signings in as well to strengthen the first team. So.
Yeah, I think that when you showed him like the pre-season, the winter net, I know you came for the last one. It's just better, isn't it? It's just
yeah.
I mean, I'm the first one to hold my hand up. I hate training. I always have hated training, but I do it because it's just one of the things you have to do. But when you have that, when you feel like you're actually doing it for a reason,
yeah,
it is much better. It's absolutely much better.
I think as the years have gone on, obviously training's become more important part of the game with the fitness. I think training twice a week now is not uncommon. It's not just about rocking up and having a few hits and a few balls on a Tuesday or a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Tends to be more structured around the game on a Saturday.
Training for a reason.
Yeah. You see that obviously at the international level as well, with all the physios and stuff and all the people they have there, and batting coaches and bowling coaches. So it obviously filters down into grassroots cricket, which I think is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll talk about your favourite Meadows moments and your favourite individual. What's your favourite individual? What's your biggest individual achievement? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like Meadows, is it? Does you must have a few centuries to your names and.
Yeah, I think at Langley Mill I got 3 centuries. That's before the days of play cricket, obviously, in the handbooks. I mean, I've got every handbook from 1991 right through to 2018.
Yeah.
With all the stats in, so I've got them out and just looked at them for this.
Have you got the centenary one as well?
Yeah, I've got that one. The one, that's last year's. I've got that one. And I got the
copy.
Yeah, I got the 75 anniversary year one as well. So I think I'm a bit of a badger as well, really, when it comes to. I've just loved like Derbyshire County League cricket, really, throughout my life. But I picked one game out, which was in 2011 for Belper. We played Amber Gate down at the Meadows. It was a second team game, and we were bowled out for 98 in 38 overs. And they came with a strong team. They had people like Rob Heath playing, David Nightingale, the other David Nightingale, not Pip's brother, Mark Howard, Horton. They had Nobby playing. Christian Pratt, some good players.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 98's nowhere near near enough. Anyway, we had them 25-5. We ended up bowling them out for 91. And it wasn't a bad wicket either. You know, it was a good wicket, and it was just a tremendous performance by everybody. We won by 7 runs. That particular game does stand out in my mind because when you're at
The low scoring ones are usually good. Like,
absolutely, yeah. That one really does stick out in my mind because it was against a decent set of lads. We had Matt Jones bowl well, and a lad called Ben Buckley bowl leg spin. He bowled well that day.
yeah,
David Nightingale as well, he bowled well. So that I got 40 runs as well that day, so it made a difference. Obviously, without them runs, we probably would have definitely lost that game. So yeah, I do like them games. We played one at Ambergate as well, where we got bowled out for 44. That was in the rain season 2007. We had Assad and Mozam playing, and they knocked them off for 9. Again, that was a tremendous game. It was like 45 v 44, you know, in a Div 2 game. So they're 2 particular games that stand out really for me. And I've just got 100 at Meadows in all that time really, which came, a couple of seasons ago at Clay Cross. So, yeah, a bit disappointed to that long to get a century, but it came in the end. But I think really at Meadows, for me, the boundaries are too big. I'm not a power player. I'm relying on timing and that type of thing. So it's hard to score big scores at Meadows.
Yeah, especially when you're playing predominantly Division 6. There's no pace to use on the ball either to hit the boundary. You don't get anyone expressing in that level. You do have to work hard for it.
That's it. Yeah. But yeah, I've had some enjoyable moments. You know, cup final we played Langley Mill and we won that in 2013. That was quite well. It was hard for me because it was my club we beat. So we won the game. I was captain. It was actually a tie. You know, I was a bit emotional because it was what it was really. It was against my old team. So I was like 50-50, but I think it was a perfect result that it was a tie for me, really.
Yeah, share the trophy.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they wanted to share it because they'd won it the year before. So they said, because we won it the year before and it's a tie, they tried to convince that was the rules to the umpires. But it wasn't because we'd won on fewer wickets. So yeah. That's pretty good.
Who would you say the best player you've played with at Meadows?
I'd say bowling wise, Asad Ali, Rob Bowland's an exceptional bowler. Dan Kelly, I rate him very highly. So they're probably my top 3 bowlers. Batting wise, Nick, obviously for what he's done, fantastic. Ben McGonigal was prolific in his day.
Yeah.
And there's a guy called David Halliday. He was there when I joined the club. He was captain.
Yeah.
And he went on to play for Duffield as well. So three good batsmen and 3 bowlers that stand out. We've never really had a really good spinner, which I'm surprised at because of the size of the ground. But you know, never really had.
I know Jamie's been chasing spinners up and down the country trying to get one. It's shouting out for it down there, isn't it? It's, like you say, it's massive boundary.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean Jeff, obviously, and Trev used to bowl like those little floaties, and they used to get a lot of wickets. John Borland as well.
Yeah.
Back in. Obviously, Scott Gadsby's done well. I think he's developed well.
He really came on last year. If you actually look at his stats, he had a really decent season. For someone who's so young, I've talked to Joe Hurst earlier. Like, leg spin is a really difficult art, and when your second main season of bowling it is in Division 3 against some decent batsmen, to learn your trade, it is tough. So yeah, I think he gusted himself quite well last year.
Awesomely, yeah. I think Chris Chris, as a wicket keeper, is probably one of the best keepers I've seen as well. Even
Yeah.
in like,
I,
div-
I've said this about Chris for a long time. He's top 5 keepers, not just in the division, but in Derbyshire. He's that good.
Yeah,
And
definitely so. Yeah,
and he works hard as well. He works hard at his game. Like, he's probably the hardest trainer at the club.
yeah,
Like, every training session, it's bat fitness and then half an hour of keeping. Because as a wicket keeper, like I said, I hate training, but yeah, the stuff he does just to improve his game. He's someone else. Just a beast behind the wicket. Just some of the leg side stumpings you see him take, like it's not. I know the catcher, the keepers expect to catch everything, but the hand speed on the leg side stumpings they're just something else.
It makes such a difference when you've got a keeper who can stand up to a quickish bowler as well. The batsman's all like me. I like batting out my crease, so you're batting in your crease. You can't get forward as much as you'd like.
Yeah.
You can't make out of them, so that's the added advantage of a really good keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. He's top quality. So we'll move on to your room 101 features. Your 3 things that you dislike or want to change about cricket. And they said earlier they all kind of link into one. So what's your first offering?
One was the time game rule, really, where obviously 30 minutes or more delay in the game, with the game already started, results in obviously being a time game. And I just personally think that's always in favour of the team batting first.
Yeah.
Because the team who's won the toss, obviously, is bowling because it's rainy conditions. You can probably forecast some rain. All of a sudden, the game is in the favour of the batting team. So they can take as long as they want to bat their innings. They can use the full 46 overs without declaring. I think if they declare, obviously it makes more of a game of it because then the opposition has got the same overs to knock those runs off in. But if they use all 46 overs, when they come out to bowl, they can also then slow the game down to their advantage.
Yeah.
Obviously, then in the last hour, 17 overs minimum, it can just be a damp squid draw. So you could end up with 15 points. To me, it should be more of a Duckworth-Lewis method where the team batting second, they should give them a target and say, right, that's the target and that's the number of overs you've got. And that's it. I think time game is just waste of time, basically.
It's an outdated rule. Like the away goals in football, it's just an outdated rule. Especially like Duckworth-Lewis has been around for a long time now.
There's got to
it's not an unproven method, is it? It's a proven method.
Yeah.
Around the world. And I think the big thing about the time game is no one really understands what the rule is. Like you can look at the rule book and it doesn't make any sense. The umpires don't even get what the rule is.
No.
Like
when you've not got umpires, it's even worse because we're all there scrambling to get the handbook out and find out, what the rules are. It's just not.
I think the worst one. I can't remember who it was. It was the second team. I don't know if you were playing in it, where it was a time game, but there was still another half an hour left or another couple of overs left, and they had to go back out again. Yeah, how was that? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah,
I think I remember that game. I think I do remember something about it.
I wasn't playing in it. I can't remember who it was, but they came back and they were coming off the pitch, and I'm sure it was Jeff or Trev. There was an umpire there. It might have been Adam, the umpire, was down there, and they're like, "You've still got like half an hour to go," and they had to go back out and put the stumps back at them, carry on the game, and it still ended up being a draw.
yeah, it was just kind of like a damp squid. And it's like 12 points each. Thank you very much. And it's like, I don't know. It's just a waste of a day to me.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I
Yeah, that
could
it
be
can get
made
in the
more.
bin. I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. So your
yeah.
second offering?
The second one is just really the geographical areas covered by the lower leagues and travelling. I don't think that is attractive for the current day, and I don't think it was in the past either. Really, I
No.
just think there's clubs coming in from South Yorkshire, Burton-on-Trent, East Staffordshire, that type of thing. And I just think it's making it more difficult. And some of the lads whose parents have got to get them down to the ground, and you've got to set off early. I just think it just needs consolidated
Yeah.
and make it easier. It's nice to go to some of the grounds, don't get me wrong, like Buxton and places like that. But I think at Meadows, we're like on the border anyway between South and North. Well, probably
Yeah.
Duffield, London, there. So Meadows is just a bit further north. So some of the trips anyway north are quite sizable. And I just think that should be looked at. I know why the league have done it, because they want to be the biggest league in the country.
Yeah.
So they want to bring all these teams in. But I just think it makes it less attractive for the younger lads.
It does, and I know they have tried to. I mean, I think there's 3 divisions in the bottom division now. But there's no reason why the division above that can't be 3 divisions as well. There's no reason why that should be
Absolutely.
2 divisions. And like I say, when they let teams like Apenol and it's a tour game to get there. When you
Yeah.
when you have to travel an hour to get to an
Yeah.
away game, especially like it's such a long day, so it's the journey back afterwards. Like if
Yeah.
you play a game, it ends up like say becoming a time game where your last hour doesn't start till 6:30, so you're playing till 7:30. You've showered, you've had a beer, and then you've got an hour to get home. It's gone 9 o'clock
Yeah.
by the time you're home, and you left your house at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely. It's a long day.
It is, yeah. And
Especially for the young.
I agree. Like I think especially in the lower levels, like say with a lot of kids in the team, where the parents have to get into the games, it's
Yeah.
it's becoming increasingly more difficult because there's more kids in that level
Yeah.
now because there's less adults playing cricket.
Yeah.
There's more and more kids starting to play cricket. So yeah, when you're playing, I mean, I played for Little Eton and we were always north, like 1 year in the north, 1 year in the south.
Yeah.
When you're playing games at like was and like places like Yoxall, where it's 40
Yeah.
minutes down the
Yeah.
A38,
Yeah.
and then the year after you're up at Apenol and Sheepbridge,
Yeah.
places like that.
Even Clown.
Town,
It's like
yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I mean, like, there are a couple of clubs that are in Sheffield postcodes. There's a couple of clubs which are in Birmingham's at postcodes. It's that far south these
Oh,
days.
was. I mean, you think like Lullington Park to, I mean, obviously that's Division 1, Lullington Park to Eckington. What a trip that is. You know,
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, Lullington. I mean, I still don't know where Lullington, but I played there once. I know it's off some beaten track somewhere in the middle of a forest.
yeah, Twycross Zoo. Yeah, it's like nearly in Warwickshire, Leicestershire. It's like on the border. It's still in Derbyshire, just, but it's a trek.
Yeah.
Nice ground. And
Oh yeah,
good club.
beautiful ground. Like
It's a trek.
you don't sometimes you don't mind travelling if it's a nice ground when you get to the end. But so when you go up to grounds when it's like Apenol, it's just a dingy
I've,
little ground on a hill.
I've never been there. I always missed that one, so I've been quite lucky, I think, from what
Yeah,
people say.
we played in first game of the season a couple of years ago. Coops likes it because it takes him about 10 minutes to get to his get there, and he lives in
Yeah.
Sheffield.
Home game for him, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
I think they need to look at especially in the lower levels changing the travelling times because it is ridiculous. Like I say with all the kids. So yeah, I agree with you. So your third
Yeah.
offering?
third one was really just, I think some of the other lads have come up with this one as well, and I think you probably said, yeah, it probably does need looking at. Just changing it really. So 40 overs on a Saturday, leagues with less teams in the divisions, and probably making them a bit more regionalised. So you could have like Amber Valley, North Derbyshire, South Derbyshire, South Yorkshire, Burton, Staffordshire, like in little segments. And then also have a 40 over cup competition, which is a bit more non-regionalised. So you can go to the south, because I miss going to some of them south grounds like Elverston and places like that. I do miss. You can still do that, but on a less regular basis in a cup competition over 40 overs. So keep them both 40 overs. So reduce the number of teams in the divisions, so then you can fit some of your cup games in on Saturdays. And then lastly, the 2020, I think keep that. I do like that. But do it on like a 3-team round robin group. So you all play each other. And then a bit like they do in the Premier T20, they do that there.
Yeah.
And then they go on to I think that would be good. And you could do that Sundays and weeknights. You could probably do away with the Butterley Cup. I know the Jackson Cup. I think that's got less interest in it now anyway, when you look at their fixtures.
Well, Jackson's was supposed to be a 100 ball this year. It's supposed to be the Jackson 100.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I agree. The whole league just needs looking at, and I've talked about before with it, need to be a uniformed division, just across the country. Where, I mean, what's the point of playing 46 overs? You play 40 or you play 50. Just play what they play professionally. It just makes sense. And you don't need a massive rule book that big where there's just loads of amendments to every single rule.
No.
And I've said in other videos, they've made that many revisions to their own rules. They're pretty much back at the same rules as they had at the start now. But if you just had one rule book for the whole country, it'd be a lot more simple. It'd be easy and manageable. You wouldn't even need necessarily like all the people they've got on the panels at the moment in the Derbyshire County Cricket League, because it'd just be like, say, like in the East Midlands area, what just covers it, like just the governing board for the area. We've got so many people on the committees and that it's just not needed. Just simplify.
I think, like I say, the rules are out. Rules are antiquated. They're out of date. It needs fresh ideas coming in. Could be coloured clothing, for example. I know it's another cost to people, but I'm sure it can be sponsored, that type of thing, like we've done with a lot of our kit. So there's other ideas to get lads playing. I think that's the main thing.
I think you try it. I like to see them trial coloured kits in the 2020 competitions they play on the Sunday, because it's 2020 cricket at the end of the day. Pink ball coloured kits. Try it in that for a couple of years. It works. Change the Saturday thing. I quite like playing the white. I prefer playing the white kits, but like I said to other people, for the future of the game, kids will prefer coloured kit cricket, the limited overs kits.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you've got to stop thinking it's traditional cricket. That's because what we're playing is not traditional cricket. It's 46 overs, but the only county in the country will play it, so it's not traditional, is it?
No, it's just a bit odd, really. It needs changing. Yeah, it's about time. It just needs changing. Sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if you watched the Steve Fisher video, he gave the explanation of why it's 46 overs, and he said, "Barmy, why they made that rule in the first place? When you have to start bringing maths into things to work out why it's 46 overs, like, well, why did you do that in the first place?
Absolutely.
There's always been for a long time, as long as there's been the Derbyshire County Cricket League when they reformed in like 92, 93, there's been a limited over competition in the county championships. There's fencing, hedging, and straight. they were all either 40 or 50. I think probably 60 overs
Yeah.
in about 92, 93. But yeah, even like it just doesn't make any sense to play what we do anymore.
No.
As much as it's sad to see it go, because it's all I've ever played is 46 over cricket
Yeah.
at a
Same with me.
weekend. But it needs changing. It does need changing.
Yeah.
Just win lose cricket, and I'm not saying like, because there's a lot of arguments to get rid of like the losing draw and the winning draw, but there's no reason why teams can't stop doing that. They just shouldn't deny the team was quite rightly won the game maximum points, because the opposition can't be bothered to try and get the total what they're supposed to be getting.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Why should that team be punished?
Yeah. Again, it just makes it more competitive and just makes you more focused on what you're trying to achieve if it's win and lose. Rather than, well, we are one of the weaker teams in the division. If we just get a few losing draws, we might survive relegation. It's not.
It's just boring. That's been like cricket can just be boring. It's just so to make it not boring and make it appealable to people who don't really play or don't really watch.
No, that's it. Trying to get people interested in it, then new ideas, trying to rationalise it and make it quicker, I think will work.
But I completely agree with all your suggestions. I think it's just time for the league to have a revamp.
I just wanted to talk to you about Little Eton. Obviously, my memories of Little Eton. I know you played there for. My first ever recollection was that these are the players who played there. A guy called Tim Carlier.
Yeah, Tim.
He was like 1,000 runs a year, man. I think Nick, his brother, played for Heanor, didn't he?
As well. I think he also played for Essex too. Yeah, played quite a high level, very good player.
He had an overseas called Nathan Beckett. One year, he got 56 wickets. I think he was Australian.
He would have been Australian. They were like Meadows in the 90s. They didn't tend to stray away from Australia. They were just Australians.
Yeah. And then Andrew Jeffrey, he was like a season all-rounder, but always in the handbooks.
When we stop recording, I'll talk to you about Jeffo.
Right, okay. Steve Dolby, he was another cricketer.
Dolby's decent. I played a year with him before. He just stopped playing. I don't think he went anywhere. He just stopped playing.
Yeah. Steve Muscat, obviously, who then went on to Duffield. Great batsman.
Mushy is probably the most attractive looking batsman I've ever played or ever watched, really, in local cricket. He can make it look effortless. Yeah.
Is he still playing, is he? Does he still play?
I think he might play the occasional game. He's got a Spanish missus now. I think they spend one weekend in Spain and one weekend in the UK.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah. Ian Hall's another one. He obviously, I faced him at Little Eton. I thought he was pretty quick, and then he obviously went on to Elverston.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, captain in Dolly Abbey now.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
So they're my first record. I think they got as far as Division 2 in like the mid-90s. It was like pretty decent.
Yeah, they were always pushing to. And then when I came in, we just missed out on getting to Division 2. I think we got relegated in, I want to say 98, I think they got relegated. I joined in 2002, and they just missed out on promotion back to Division 2 that year. But yeah, they're always knocking on the door. They're always around. And
then obviously, Steve came in. Obviously, yourself, Jamie, and it was like a change of personnel and stuff, I guess.
James. It's like so they have like the Mayors playing. I think Chris Mayer played down at Meadows for a few years, maybe a year or 2 years. Chris is a very good player. His brother
Senior.
AD, he hit it a long way. So in every year we used to play against the old boys in a friendly because they had a player called Dave Johnson, played in the 80s, and he died at Ashbourne football. I don't know if you ever remember that. It was probably 10, 15 years ago now. He died at Ashbourne football. So we played. Yeah. Yeah. So we played a memorial game for him every year, and every year they pretty much panned us. So, yeah, like none of them really played any cricket anymore. Yeah, and then they'd turn up and then absolutely pan us, and you realise how good a player they were. Like, but in 2012 it was Little Eaton's 150th year, so they got all the old team together, and they were class. I mean, I bowled at AD Mayer, and he put me over the trees and into the churchyard like second ball, and he hadn't played cricket for about 10 years. You know? Yeah. They had some talented players in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. I mean, a good ground as well. I used to like the ground there. Nice ground, good wickets. Nice on the.
It was always. This is what I've always said about Little Eaton. Like, on a hot day, it was one of the best grounds in the league. Like, it was beautiful. Like, there's nothing said village cricket like Little Eaton did, where you just got the path through the park where people walk by. You got like the warm memorial.
Yeah.
Then when the sun was setting, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful to play there.
I remember.
And it's sad that Little Eaton aren't playing there. It's kind of good that Stainsby Hall are still playing down there, but it's not the same. It's not.
No. Just used by Stainsby then now. Just Stainsby use that.
Stainsby's fourth team, third and fourth team. They play down there. So it does help, but they don't maintain it like we used to. Like I drive past quite a bit because it's on my way home, and it just doesn't look the same anymore. Like the grass is always long on it. I mean, like when me and Jamie played down there, and when Bod was down there, like we put like proper effort into the pitch. It was there wasn't many better tracks around. In the mid 2000s, there weren't many better tracks around.
I remember. Yeah. So when did you stop playing there? When did it fold? Is it like 2000?
2016 was our last season.
Right.
I think. We dropped down to one team in 2012. They went from. We were in Division 3, I think we were in, and then all the first team players left. We got left with one or two players from the old first team who didn't really play that much. So Paul Sinclair, I don't know if you.
I remember him. Yeah.
He carried on playing, and we dropped down to one team in Division 8, and we absolutely coasted Division 8. We had to be put in 6. Before that was a fair reflection of what team we had left. We didn't try and dupe the league into. I think a few clubs like Burton did it, and I think Heanor did it in the early 2000s. Said that they got no players left and got put in the lower levels, and then just battered teams for a couple of years. Where we requested to go to Division 6 because we thought we're about Division 6, and it turns out we coasted Division 8. So it proved that we were. We were turning up and just hammering teams like week in, week out. I think we had 3 batsmen get at least 600 runs. MJ was bowling. He was going at 1 and over. Then we'd have 2 lads got 30 odd wickets, and that's how easy it was. For us. But just after that, people just kept leaving and stopped playing. But so we had Sinkers one. I think Sinkers the year before we went down to one team. we played with Derby Commons in the cup, and he got 191 now.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I know Commons is a small ground, but he was hitting it into the streets next to it. That's how far he was. Like, it was irrelevant where the boundary was. He was just. But I opened up that day. I opened up because he was late to the game. So I opened the batting, got a duck, and he came in. Got 191. So, yeah.
I hate them games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad on them.
But yeah, it's disappointing. I mean, I love playing. I love playing for Meadows. Got a lot of friends down there. Obviously met Alice through Meadows. But yeah, Little will always be my club.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
17 years, 15 years I played down there, so it's a long time to.
Yeah. It's a long time, yeah.
Yeah, I was happy I stayed to the end. So I could have left the year before. I got offered a few clubs to go and join them, but I was happy I stayed till the very last.
Yeah. You didn't jump ship beforehand, yeah.
Got the last wicket as well. Got the last ever. Yeah. Came on the got the final man out of Quandon. That's my claim to Little history. The final ever wicket.
Good memory.
It was only 3 years. It was only 4 years ago. Came on and bowled off spin.
Did you? Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad that it happens, and it's. I mean, you played a lot longer than I have, so you've seen a lot of clubs come and go. There's been some pretty big names in there.
I think eventually it'll probably be down to less clubs even so. I think, like your likes of your Clay Crossers and your ones with your older generation, they've got no youth policies at all. I just can't see how they can survive. I think it'll just be down to your clubs. And obviously
Cromford have merged with Matlock because they simply had to, because they were probably a year or two from going under as well. And it's just like, I mean, obviously those old Derbyans, they went in the early 2000s. In Parker's Peak in Chester Green, that was one of the nicest grounds in the league. I love playing there. Absolutely love playing there. That's absolutely beautiful place to play cricket. Like St Luke's and St Michael's.
I've played there. Yeah.
And then when they played where Borrowash Victoria played on Asterdale, and they played up there.
Yeah, with a nice pavilion. Yeah.
Nice. So there's a couple of clubs. I say quite a lot of clubs what have gone since I've been playing cricket, and it's only going to keep happening to the smaller clubs. As long as, like, if you could offer them any advices, they've just got to get some sort of junior teams going.
Yeah.
Because you do get clubs who just come and poach and Denby.
Yeah. I think at Meadows, we've always tried to get it into at least Division 1. I think Division 1 would be a good target now. But when you look at some of the lads who have played in the Premier League, a lot of the lads have played against them anyway, like some of the lads at Denby. They've played against them, say, at Division 4 or 5. So if we could just get there, I think, we could easily compete. There's a lot of names that you see of lads at Chester that you think you played against these in like a lower division.
That's the thing. We both played at a relatively high standard, and the standard is not what it used to be. Like, you get some pretty average players playing Division 1. I think my biggest, when I joined at Meadows, when we played against Tutbury last year. When we went up to Division 2 the first couple of years ago, we played against Tutbury, who had just come down from Division 1, and we absolutely battered them. And like, these have just come down from Division 1, and like they should. And like, they had one decent batsman, and a lad who was pretty on the spot and moved it here, there, and everywhere. But you expect that they come down from a Division 1. Like, you should be better than this. Like, their fielding standards were rubbish. Like, it's not like what it used
Yeah.
to be.
No. We're quite lucky because we've got a young team, a young first team.
Yeah.
I think some of the older people, probably my age, still playing. And you think, well, they're not going to be playing forever. So it's like the lads who were in the mid-20s to 30, I think it's ideal for them to try and push on.
Yeah, I think like, if you look at the age range in the first team at the moment, they've got a good 3 or 4 years of being properly in their prime.
Yeah.
Probably longer than that. You think like Chris and Jamie are mid-20s, so they've got a good 6-7 years. So I think like where obviously you play the high standard is Division 1. Do you think that's the target? That should be the target for Meadows?
I think initially, yeah. I mean, saying, well, it'd be nice to get out of Division 2 first time of asking. I know last time we got relegated, I think perhaps because some of the lads, commitment-wise, wasn't there week in, week out.
Yeah.
That was probably a bit of an issue. And they've had that bit more experience now by playing in there, dropping down and coming back again.
Yeah.
I think it'll be the next time for them lads to push on again. So yeah, it'd be nice to get into one because it's a decent standard. You've got your likes of Dudfield and that in there. Nice to compete against them.
I think like people talk about the level the club should be at and the facilities we've got, but just as like a town like Belper should just have a bigger team. Like,
yeah,
there should be a massive catchment area of people to pick from. In Belper, there's what 27,000 people in Belper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disappointing that they don't teach it in the schools. They don't teach it in Belper School anymore, and the leisure centre got rid of their cricket nets.
Yeah.
Was a bit of a killer for us and amateurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can tap into the young market in Belper and just there's got to be some gems in Belper somewhere, aren't there?
Yeah.
There's enough.
Yeah, we've had a few.
There's enough people.
I mean, we had like, Kieran just turned up out of the blue, didn't he? Kieran Barry. People like that coming into the area, I'm sure they might want to play cricket.
Just keeping that profile up, isn't it? I mean, the big thing what people say about Meadows and like what you said, you just don't know where the ground is. Like, it's in the town centre. No one seems to know it's there.
I didn't know it existed until '94, and that, I was like 22 then. I didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah,
because it's tucked away.
I was saying, the first time I played there was mid-2000s, and I was saying like driving there and driving past the mill, just constantly going round past the mill trying to find it, and someone was like, "Oh, it's down. It's just between that brick wall down there. Just follow the road round."
Yeah. And then you get lost in one of the potholes down there.
Yeah, they've all been fixed now.
Oh, have they again?
Yeah, it's all tarmac down there now.
Yeah. Oh, that's good then. Yeah, just kind of like patching them, and it doesn't work, does it? With the cement and concrete, it just needs to be tarmac, like you say.
Well, I say it's all tarmac. It's tarmac as far as the football club, like where the gate is for our car park. Tarmac that far. Like, so that bit of the car park's not bad. Where the one we share with the hockey club, that one's all right. The road in, the nightmare.
Yeah, if you've got a nice low-profile car, then you can give it some damage.
Oh god, yeah. I hate driving down. I hated driving down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really good chatting with you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. I know. Obviously, I've left the club a couple of times. Well, once, and then I think this one obviously with Mayor Hay was more to do with the fact that my friend Ben got married last year, and we had a couple of stag do's and things, and they said, "Will you come and play for us?" So
yeah,
a bit of pressure. Yeah, I signed for them, but I just knew in my heart I wouldn't play. So I knew my heart was always for Meadows. Obviously, I left that one season to come back to Meadows again. It's just a nice place to play.
it is.
I mean, I live in I've been in Matlock Bath now for 15 years. We lived in Cromford for 5 years before that, so I've been out of Belper for 20 years, but it's not that far just down the E6. I'd probably like to get a bit more involved as well. I have, over the years, I have had roles like captaincy, treasurer, been on committees and that. And I know these things do come in waves. You get new people come along with new ideas and families and stuff, and other people move on. So I get all that. It's just nice that some of the lads now are getting help and Jeff as well on the ground. I think that's really good because Jeff's not going to be able to do that forever.
The lads down there doing a pretty good job. And you saw the pictures the other day. The ground's looking fantastic. It's not hard to play on it.
Trying to get some cricket, yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can get something before the end of the year. How are all your injuries now?
Yeah, all right. My finger still hurts actually quite a bit. That one there, I think it's just the cold weather and stuff. The ankle's fine. That one, I broke that in 3 places. Up at Ashley last year. That was the day before the final, so it was quite nasty, really. But it's in your mind, obviously, as well. Are you going to do it again? You know, 2 in a season. And when you're getting on a bit, it's harder to shake them off. So we'll see. But there's always, there's enough teams to play in. I know that Matt mentioned about a 4 team as well. Trying to get that if we can get enough interest and stuff.
I think we're quite away from that. Yeah. I've said in previous videos, I don't think clubs need any more than 3 teams. You got a Mansfield and district team, then you don't need 4 teams on a Saturday. It's just too much.
Yeah, it's still a lot of cricket. Yeah, to try and get fulfill all the teams. Yeah.
To get 44 players on a Saturday, you need 80 people signed on at the club.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So just to get 44 players out. So I don't think it's needed. You want to improve the standard of the 3rd team. That's what the big thing is. Get the 3rd team in a higher division.
Yeah. Try and get it playing a bit better cricket. Yeah.
That's the same for the 2nd team as well. To get them playing a better standard of cricket.
Yeah, it'd be nice for the 2nd team to get promoted next time. Just to kind of like fill that gap between 1s and 2s.
Yeah, between 2 and 6 is a big jump. It's a massive jump. Much of the standard isn't that great in Division 2 anymore. It's still a big jump.
Still a big jump, yeah. Yeah, for lads who are playing in Division 6, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been great chatting with you. Stay on, I'll tell you a story about the Little Eaton player. I'll stop recording. But yeah, it's been great talking to you, mate.